You were born into chaos. The streets of Brooklyn smell like wet garbage, cheap exhaust, and the metallic tang of old sweat. The air is thick, heavy with the sound of sirens and shouting that never stops. Your mother fights every single day just to keep a roof over your head, but poverty is a cage with invisible bars. You learn early that the world doesn't owe you a smile. In this place, violence isn't a choice, it's your first and most loyal friend. You learn the hard way that life does not forgive weakness. You cry when they mock your lisp, when they step on your dignity. No, your tears do not matter. The concrete doesn't feel your pain. Only survival matters. You watch the older boys with cold eyes and heavy pockets. You realize that to be safe, you have to be the thing that everyone else is afraid of. You grow fast. Every corner, every alley, every shadow is a teacher. Fists fly before words are ever spoken. In Brownsville, fear is a currency, and for a long time, you were bankrupt. Until one day, you aren't. You steal because you're hungry. You fight because you're trapped. Bruises bloom across your skin like dark flowers, but you stop hiding them. Your knuckles harden into stones before you even understand strength. You taste blood for the first time, not your own, and it tastes like power. It tastes like the end of being a victim. Then comes the shift. You find mentors who see what the world ignores. You find men who look at a broken kid and see a weapon. They teach you discipline. They tell you that your rage is a fire. If you don't control it, it burns you alive. But if you harness it, it can melt anything in its path. They teach you to move your body like a machine. You learn the peekaboo. You learn to disappear. You punch through wooden boards until your wrists scream. You punch until your hands are raw meat, until the skin hangs in tatters. Pain is no longer an enemy. Pain is a welcome guest. Pain is the hammer that shapes the iron. You start to love the 4 a.m. runs when the world is dead and silent. You are a ghost in the city, preparing to become a nightmare in the ring. Your first real fight is a revelation. You step into the ring and the canvas feels like a stage. The crowd is a distant roar. Your vision narrows. You feel your opponent's heartbeat. You can smell his anxiety. He's bigger, but he's scared. You dodge, weave, strike. A fist lands on your jaw and fire explodes in your head. You don't flinch, you smile, you retaliate. Every punch is a statement. When the referee stops it, you are covered in blood and sweat. You are alive, and for the first time, you feel like you belong. The rise is a vertical climb. Titles, belts, fame, it all comes like a freight train. Your name is a spell that people whisper in awe and terror. You are Iron Mike. You are lightning in motion. You feel invincible. You feel like a god made of muscle and bad intentions. The gym remains your altar. You wake before dawn, muscles screaming, fists permanently swollen. You train like a man possessed. You run until your legs feel like lead. You hit the bags until your mind goes blank. Nothing is ever enough. The more they fear you, the more you have to give them reasons to stay afraid. You aren't just a boxer anymore. You are a monster that society created and now pays to watch. Your hands tell the stories of 1,000 wars, cuts that never quite close, scars that trace your history. The canvas leaves its signature in bruises across your ribs. Opponents leave their marks on you, but you carry them like armor. This pain isn't a punishment, it's a map of your journey. You are the apex predator. You fight the legends. The bell rings and your muscles coil like snakes. Your mind narrows to 3 things: movement, impact, survival. You dodge a hook by an inch. You strike with the force of a car crash. The crowd rises as one, a wall of sound that is intoxicating and terrifying. Every body that falls is another drumbeat in your symphony of violence. But outside the ring, the air gets thin. You are a king and a prisoner. You have millions, but you can't buy peace. Cameras follow your every step. People love you because you represent their rage. Money flows like a river, but it cannot wash away the nights when you wake up screaming. It cannot heal the loneliness that comes when the lights go out. Violence isn't just your job, it's your skin. It follows you home, it infects your dreams. You begin to taste the excess to drown out the noise. The cars, the jewels, the women, the drugs, they excite you, then they numb you. The nights become marathons of self-destruction. The crowd still cheers, but your fists feel heavier. Your reflexes feel just a fraction slower. The fire in your gut is dimming, and for the first time, you are aware of the cold. You are knocked down. The world stops. The canvas hits your back with the force of a falling building. The crowd doesn't roar, they gasp. It's the sound of a miracle dying. Your heart pounds. You have to. Blood is streaming, bones are screaming. The fight continues, and you win, but the victory is hollow. The taste of vulnerability is bitter. You are reminded that even power is a fragile thing. Then comes the betrayal, from friends, from family, and from yourself. Decisions made in rage and pride crumble everything. The losses arrive, in the ring, in the courtroom, in the mirror. Titles slip through your fingers. Fame becomes a cage. The adoration of millions feels like a mockery when you realize all the money in the world cannot soothe the emptiness in your soul. You taste a kind of defeat the cameras never see. Nights alone, crying into pillows, fists aching from the memory of fights you should have won. The memories of the streets return. The little boy from Brownsville comes back to haunt you. Every punch you threw at someone else feels like a punch you threw at yourself. You are no longer the baddest man on the planet. You are a man lost in the dark. You struggle to find balance. Religion, philosophy, therapy. You train not to kill, but to survive yourself. Some days the demons stay quiet. Some days they scream. You realize that fame was a mask. Even the roar of the crowd is empty if you don't know who you are when the arena is empty. You fight again, but it's different. Your hands feel like lead. You have the wisdom, but the engine is tired. You are no longer the unstoppable force. You are a man enduring. Every round is a testament to your resilience. You aren't fighting for a belt anymore. You're fighting for the right to respect the man in the mirror. The world moves on. New lions enter the jungle. You watch them with a strange sense of relief. You remember the smell of the gym, the fire of youth. You remember the nights when victory felt like immortality. Those memories are burned into your DNA. Eventually, the body pays its debts. You are no longer a god of war. You are human. The crowd is quieter now, but what remains are the scars. Some on your face, some on your heart. They are the trophies of a life truly lived. You look back at the streets that raised you and the rings that defined you. You see the little boy in Brooklyn, bruised and hungry, and you finally want to tell him it's going to be okay. You have lived through glory and destruction. You are stronger now, even if you are slower. You are a champion. You are a survivor. You wanted power. You wanted respect. This is the price. This is the story of a boy who became a god, who fell, and who found his humanity in the ruins. You wanted to survive, and look at you, you're still here.